What's up, yo? This is Rom back at it again with yet another car video. Yeah, yeah. That was like my third take, man. Had a slight case of hiccup. Oh, man. Yeah, still got it and stuff. But yeah, check it out, check it out. Anyway, sexy women versus great looking women. I'm going to use the word great looking women because at first I was going to call it sexy women versus good looking women, but as I'm going to talk about, sexy women will fix themselves up. And, I was thinking about that. Now, for some guys, there's no difference. They say, oh, yeah, the good looking ones are sexy too. Only guys who would say that are guys who got very limited experience. But if you're a guy who has experience with multiple women, you'll know the difference. Seriously, you'll know the difference because any guy who's been with, I say, a good number of women, all have that one woman who looked beautiful, model gorgeous and stuff, and she was in a bedroom. And then had that woman who might have been more average looking and stuff. They ain't gonna get no modeling contract. But then in the bedroom, shoot, they had you floating on air and whatnot. Had you floating on air, you left your body. Shoot, you speaking in tongues and whatnot. You calling the great pumpkin. Shit. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that. Because, I've done some videos and I said I've used like that number system and everything. But, one thing I've always said with the number system, I've only used that because that's something a great number of people understand. Personally, it's either, I was like a good friend of mine would say, they either somebody you would get with or somebody you won't. I mean, that's really the only thing you need to worry about because there's no objective thing out there, despite some people trying to say, oh, they're objectively attractive. No, because everybody's thinking something different. Like, I remember I was on this job, and me and this one dude thought this one young lady was all that. We thought she was all that. And this one dude, he looked at her, it was like, but that's fair, though. See, one thing about a woman who's sexy to a particular man, that means, let's just be real, she getting his dick hard. For whatever reason, she turning him on. She might be close to whatever his imprint is. See, men have an imprint too. It's different from a woman's and everything. See, our imprint is a combination of that first real sexy woman that might have either A, rejected us, or accepted us, and the first woman we actually had sex with. That's a man's imprint, So it's going to be different for every man. And the woman that really turned on a particular man, she's going to look different because, guys, you got some guys, I got to say it, like the breasted sisters, or they like me, like those like nice old butt dunking thick thighs. Some guys like them real slim and everything. That's sexy. And the question is, okay, what would you rather have? That great looking woman. And when we talking great looking, let's be real. We usually talking about like a real beautiful face and everything. Or that sexy woman. Like I remember this one woman, one young lady, knew her back in the day, real pretty, real pretty, but she wasn't sexy at all. She wasn't sexy at all. Never dressed provocatively or anything. I knew a few like that actually. Pretty ass face, but wasn't sexy. Like I knew these two sisters. Like one, she was gorgeous. She had a gorgeous face, but wasn't sexy at all. And her sister didn't look as good, but was sexy. Because, see, one thing, if you talk about great looking, let's just be real, that's mostly genetic. That's mostly genetic. Like, you talking roll out of bed, beautiful. That's genetic. Let's just be real with it. Yeah, you got some women out there, they can throw on some makeup or anything, but we talking great looking. That's mostly genetic. They don't have to do anything. Sexy, though, that's usually, well, first of all, they gotta have a nice body. They gotta be receptive. You know, just like I used to talk about, and I need to get back into it, talk about PCM. Like for men, like physique, charisma, masculinity. Well, it's PCF for the ladies. You know, their bodies, their charisma, which is basically how they connecting with, you know, the men in their environment, and then how feminine they are. And indeed, you can get some. I've met some women. They would not win a modeling contest, but they were sexy as hell. You know, they were sexy as hell. Then I've met some like women. They would be considered like real beautiful and everything. You know, look like they can model someplace, but you just like, you just seriously. And any man who's dealt with a great number of women can attest to that. Think about it. Because I think the worst sex I ever had was probably with the finest woman. And then some of the best sex I ever had was, she just wasn't pretty. She just wasn't pretty, but good Lord. Good Lord. You ever had sex with a woman and you wearing a condom and everything's so wet and tight and fitting right that you just like, damn. It's like you up in there like raw dog. That's how tight it was. In a good way, though. In a good way. And everything. Not in a bad way. Anybody who's had sex and has some experience know what I'm talking about. But yeah. I was thinking about that too. It's ironic because I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, and I was there's this lady I know. She's about a couple years older than me, and she is sexy as hell. She be driving dudes crazy, but she's in her 60s and stuff. See, one thing, like I say, if you're talking about great looking, they don't have to do anything. If you're talking about the really great looking women, you're talking about those model types, they don't really do much. You know, shoot, they gotta look a certain way to even get up there. They gotta look a certain way. But then you get the sexy women, shoot, they gotta do a lot. One, they gotta have that nice body. Yeah, you wanna see them nice looking in the bedroom. They gotta be nice looking in the bedroom. You take their clothes off, they gotta be nice looking and everything, you know. And then they gotta still interact with a man, you know, how they interact. Because I've known a couple women. In fact, I had mentioned I was trying to get a young lady I know. I don't know if she still watches my videos, but she knew how to really ranch it up, her sex appeal. I was trying to get her to do a video with me. This was a few years ago. I don't even know what she's doing now. I could probably reach out to her. One of my early supporters. But she knew how to ratchet up her sex appeal. She knew how to ratchet that shit up. But if you saw her otherwise, you wouldn't say, like I saw her one time, she wasn't really fixed up. She ain't really ratchet that joint up. And I was like, man, she's just average looking. And that's a difference, because I'm going to tell you what. I was thinking about that. I was like, which one would you rather have? I don't know. Personally, I'd rather have that just sexy woman. Because, see, like I said, no. Because what their sexy woman will do, she'll fix herself up, you know. She'll hit the gym. Because sexy women practice body game. Make sure they clothes right. They will magnify whatever they got. Put on some nice perfume. They'll fix themselves up. Have everything looking nice. Wear those nice clothes or something. And they can do that really to their old age. Because like I said, I personally know some women in their 60s. And I was like, damn. No wonder y'all got young boys chasing y'all. Oh, man. In fact, I recorded a video that's going to pop up next week. I'm talking about telling young guys who want to get with older women. But let's be real. They ain't getting with those older women because those women look a certain way. Well, they got that natural beauty. They getting with them because they sexy. Shoot. Got those bodies that they like and stuff. You know how to like really do it. Know how to interact. Because I remember several women like that. I remember this one woman was working on this job, and all the young guys, he's like, everybody was like, damn, my husband must be a happy ass motherfucker. Because she always had a smile on her face, always fixed up. I was like, damn, she was how old was she at the time? She had to be in her 50s. But she was looking good. Damn, that looked like that same car I almost ran into yesterday. Damn, they slowing down again. No. But I was just thinking about that. Like, damn, which one would you rather have? Now, I know some dudes will say, well, I'd rather have a great looking one. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Here's a problem with that. Because if a woman great looking, she all right as long as she stay fixed up. But then as she get older, you don't know if she's going to maintain those looks. Because she's not constantly doing it. Meanwhile, the one who is sexy, she'll still fix up. She'll make sure, she'll make sure her hair's right. She'll consciously fix herself up. But then at the same time, let's just be real. She gonna make sure she gonna rock that man's world in the bedroom. She gonna make sure. See, I like those sexy women, though. I like those sexier women, Because like I said, at a minimum, they're gonna be good looking. Even if like you take all this stuff away, let's just say you take up all this stuff away and they're 4. Right? Let's just use the number system since people understand it. But they're adjustable. They can fix themselves up maybe 2 points. Like, and Master Teacher BGS first introduced that term, the adjustables. A woman who can adjust herself to a higher level. See, that's a sexy woman. A sexy woman to do that. Now, for those who still can't get it, because there's still going to be some people don't get it, think about, like, just look up fast supermodels and stuff. Look at them. And then look up porn stars. And you're going to see a difference right there. Because if you look at a lot of porn stars, they really average. So if they ain't fixed up, they kind of average looking. In fact, I've seen several times they would show some pictures of some of those women. Oh, I thought it was something serious down there. They just working. I was like, damn, I see all these flashing lights. Like, you see some of those porn stars and stuff. You see them when they ain't fixed up. You be like, oh, okay. They ain't all that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I don't have to put my thing down for the sun. I was thinking about that. Which one would you rather have? I'm going to tell you what. I know for my personal thing, I prefer the sexier one. Because one, get my joint harder. Enjoy myself in bed more. And then the woman is consciously fixing herself up. Because I've seen some of those great looking ones and stuff. All they need is one good trauma or something. They stop fixing themselves up. something happen, and then, you got to deal with it. A lot of guys will call it, when they hit the wall. That's one thing with sexy women. They'll fix themselves up. They'll keep themselves fixed up for life and shit. They always gonna make sure they gonna look good and stuff. That's actually better if you're talking about a relationship. And let's be real, if you're in a relationship, you do want that good nanny. You do want that good sex and stuff. If any man who says he don't, he's not getting it. Because one thing, if you can get that, now if you can get that great looking woman who's also sexy, hey, you hitting it. But let's just be real out here. Let's keep it a buck. Most men ain't gonna get that. All right. And Rom, Uncle Rom, Big Rom, OG Rom, Big Rom, whatever y'all want to call me, right? I'm gonna be honest out this motherfucker. You gotta be realistic. If we're talking about women, gotta be realistic. Men gonna be realistic. You talking like those women, those rolled out of bed, beautiful women, the ones I call stars. They ain't gonna be around that much. And like I said, even when you do encounter one, they ain't always the best in bed. You've been with enough women. Like I said, some of y'all fellas, like any of y'all fellas who had like maybe that great looking woman, but she wasn't all that in bed, like real pretty and all that. Roll out of bed, but you get in the bedroom, it'd be like, yeah. And then you get that woman, probably had to fix herself up a bit. She decent looking and all that. But you speaking in tongues and stuff. Just put a one in the comments. Seriously. And you be like, Because at the end of the day, any man can't worry about every other man or what they want or try to impress people. Who gives a fuck? They ain't paying you. Shit, you want that woman down for you. And if you in the bedroom, trust me, because there's a lot of guys out there, they in some sexless marriages and stuff, or they frustrated. Knows in you get, because you get some who ain't, they don't want to cheat or anything. So you're in a frustrating thing. But she look good though. She look good. Or look great. Yeah, because you want that woman, see, a sexy woman will always, she always gonna just fix herself up. And she'll keep herself fixed up. Like no matter what her genetics are. She'll keep herself fixed up for life. She always gonna hit the gym. She gonna be in the gym. She gonna be cool. Yeah, that man. She gonna be feminine. And that's it. Shoot. Personally, I'd rather have that. Now I know some guys. Like I said, there's still gonna be some guys that say, "No, with that great looking one." Okay, well. If she ain't fucking right, don't be bitching. She look good. But then, like I was saying, why worry about, unless you getting paid for her on your own, what you worried about everybody else for? And if you with a woman, say you with a woman and she, she turning you out. But then some of your friends like, well, I don't know about her. It was like, ask him, just look him in the eye and say, is your dick going in her? Why you worried? Ask him, like, say, look at him. Say, why you worried about where my dick go? Seriously. Challenge him on that shit. Because, like I said, the shit, even though some dudes be trying to say shit objective, it really ain't. Everything is subjective. Everything. That's why a bunch of men could look at a woman, think she fine, another bunch in the same, in that group, a group of men. Say you got 100 men, 50 of them can look at a woman and say, damn, she the finest thing. No. A third of them say she the finest thing they ever seen. The other third is like, well, she alright. I still get what the other ones might be like she ugly. That's how it is in the real world. Yeah. And sexy, like I said, that depends. That can go, depends on several factors, including the man's imprint and everything. The man's imprint. Oh, man. But it's something to think about. It's something to think about because every man gonna have something different. Every man gonna look at a woman differently. Ain't no shame in it. It is what it is. You don't have to explain it to anybody. It is what it motherfucking is. You know? And it's just something to think about. It's something to think about, alright? You know how I do. So, anyway, though, y'all know the deal. Y'all have a good weekend and all of that. And go in here, mail this stuff. Business as usual. You know? I gotta make that money. Anyway, y'all, I'll talk to y'all. Peace and blessings.